about the LA Chargers. And are they back? Are the LA Chargers are finally in the beginning of the season had tons of injuries, tons of people out. Keenan Allen was out. Mike Williams was out for a little bit. I actually dropped him on our fantasy team. I'm ready to pick him up again. But LA Chargers, are they back? Julian, I'm gonna go to you. Are the Chargers for real?
They're dangerous. They're dangerous. Justin Herbert was hurt the first few weeks of the season. He seems to be back in normal. Obviously, Keenan Allen's back. Mike Williams back. Joey Bosa and Rashawn Slater are still out, but a couple other key players on the defense are back. Like the team is rolling. Obviously, they played the Dolphins, who are known for giving up a ton of yards. But I mean, they're now 7-6, and they're in the playoff race. Like, let me see. They're New England has them in the tiebreaker when it comes to division record. New England's 2-2 in their division. Chargers are 2-3 in their division. But they're right there, man. They're right there. Like they're in the hunt. So it's going to be a really interesting next 4 weeks now. Between the Chargers, New England, and New York, that race is going to be super tight. I mean, even the Dolphins. If the Dolphins start to lose a couple of games, it can get pretty scary for them. But, man, the Chargers, like, they're looking good, dude. They're a team you don't want to play. They're playing Tennessee next week, and Tennessee, they're terrible. They're done. Tennessee sucks. So that's another win in their book. They're moving, man. They're moving, and then their running backs like Eckler and Kelly, bro. They were just running all over the Dolphins, and like the Eckler's like stop and go ability is so damn good, it's insane. And then, man, those balls, seeing Herbert throw, he just throws fucking dimes with heat.
Bro, he's
insane.
legit. He's a cannon.
Like
even when injured and he got
insane.
smoked to the chest, like this guy is able to throw downfield. I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean, as far as my takeaways from this game, man, like, Tua was definitely off this game. A lot of overthrows. They came out that first drive. They tried to go past it 3 times. Didn't happen. I thought it was somehow they kept it pretty close through the half, but they just weren't able. Like Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, these are just big receivers. And one of the biggest things about the team that I guess is our weaknesses that I think is definitely their secondary. They're the guys on the outside. Man, they're just – when you have Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, these are just big guys to throw to. Sometimes Herbert would just chuck it up, and you can't defend against a tall, big guy. Like, to me, like Mike Williams, come off injury. Obviously,
Mike Williams was a stud. He was a stud this game.
He's like Megatron. He's not as fast as Megatron, but he's big like Megatron. And like, there are some throws you just throw it up there, and like, you know what I mean? It's like when in the NBA when they just say like, "Oh, you're small," whatever. You can't.
Ultimate one-on-one guy.
Yeah, you just lob it up, and you can't box out in football.
I would like to give
criticism. Box them out.
I would like to give criticism to Justin Herbert because especially that first half, it was all dink and dunking, and that first half throwing to Austin Eckler as well as that. I think Austin Eckler has been their most consistent player this entire through all the injuries on the offense. He's been their most
there was
consistent
one play where he just stopped on a fucking dime and turned the other direction and had that Dolphins player on his ass. I don't know if you remember that one. It was like a 10-yard chunk play, but I just remember I'm like, damn, he just like he was running full speed to the fucking sideline, just stopped and went the other direction. It was wild.
Yo, who in our league
he's really good for them.
Do you guys know?
Oh, I can't even tell you. No,
who has Eckler?
I don't know. I know somebody does.
Man,
but
the amount of points
as far as Dolphins and like I said, Tua had an off game. And the Chargers. Shout out to the Chargers defense. They were coming in with tons of injuries on, like you said, Julian, tons of injuries on defense, and somehow their defense played well. Like what they did was they backed up. They're like, hey, Tua, I know there's. I think in a way they kind of figured out Tua. Tua would like look one way for like 2 seconds and then throw the opposite side of the field. And teams figured that out. Obviously, I think the 49ers figured that out.
Your boy Van Noy got a sack. I saw
that. Oh yeah, former Dolphin, former Patriot. But I think they figured it out. They backed up the defensive secondary. They backed up. They're playing like dime back, And they're like, okay, go ahead. We're gonna give you whatever you want to throw underneath. We're gonna give you. You're not gonna get any quick passes over. So, but somehow, Waddle's playing hurt. He's been injured. He was pretty much like a non-factor, like pretty much invisible the entire game. I feel like Sherfield has definitely stepped up. He's like our wide receiver number 3. He stepped up and he had a couple nice catches. But our run game, non-existent. Waddle, non-existent. Regardless, like I said, he's working through injury, so hopefully he can get healthy.
Bro, Chargers put up 432 yards on the Dolphins. Yeah.
And coming from last week, obviously they traveled last week. They played the 49ers, obviously a staunch defense, and they lost. I kind of expected that. Go on the road to 49ers, who are a hot team. I kind of expected a loss. But coming back this week, they actually stayed in L.A. They stayed in California. They didn't travel back to Florida. And to lose to the Chargers, I'm like, man, obviously the offense coming alive, something to be scared of, because this is what kind of the Chargers we expect in the beginning of the season, but, tons of injuries. But to lose to the Chargers, a conference, in the AFC.
Yeah,
so
in a tight division race, that's a big,
right.
it brought it one step closer.
Yeah. And now the Dolphins are going. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to lock it right now. Chargers make the playoffs. You want to know what the rest of their schedule is, these final 4 games?
Good.
Titans, Colts, Rams, Broncos. Lock it.
Oh, yeah, those all be
they're winning out. They're winning out.
Don't be surprised if Broncos pull that upset at the end of the season. All right, that game's going to be even if they lose one, if they go 3-1, like they're in.
Yeah.
Like I think New England's going to fumble the bag. I think New York Jets are going to fumble the bag. Like they're making it in.
Yeah, we're not seeing the same.
Yeah, so
Jets.
I mean,
Jets are tough. I mean, they're strong. They got, but like, I mean, Mike White's hurt, so we don't.